Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Zad Academy course summaries. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Today we're unpacking a central, absolutely crucial pillar of Islamic theology, Tawhid al-Rububiyyah, or the Oneness of Divine Lordship.
Okay, let's dive into this structured curriculum. We've got 6 key areas to cover today: approaching the divine revelation, defining the Lord, the foundations of divine lordship, general versus special lordship, logical proofs of one Lord, and finally, the ultimate goal, which is worship. It's an incredible concept-to-application journey, taking us all the way from simply recognizing the Creator to truly devoting ourselves to Him.
Section 1. Approaching the Divine Revelation. And this brilliantly illustrates our duty. We must authenticate and believe in divine news, using the understanding of the Salaf and strictly obey divine commands. You see, before we dive deep into theology, we really have to establish the foundational rules of engagement for how a Muslim should correctly approach divine texts without any distortion. Dr. Maki breaks this down into 2 very clear categories. First up, we have Khabar. This is divine news. We're talking about facts regarding Allah's names, His attributes, and His lordship. Our role here? Absolute belief. We take it and understand it exactly as the early righteous generations, the Salaf, understood it. Then we have Talab, which are divine commands. For these, our duty shifts to strict, active obedience.
But there's a really vital balance we have to strike when executing these commands. True, authentic faith requires applying the Sharia without falling into traps on either end of the spectrum. On one extreme, you've got Gulu, which is excess. This is overcomplicating the religion, becoming so fanatical that you literally step completely outside the boundaries of Islam. On the complete opposite side, you have Jafa, or negligence. This is claiming to believe in your heart, but then entirely abandoning the actions and duties. True faith, it sits perfectly right in the middle. It's a balanced, practical execution of the law.
Section 2. Defining the Lord, or al-Rabb.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the linguistic nuance. Please display the elegant Arabic typography for al-Rabb alongside this definition. Linguistically, Rabb simply means the master, the owner, or the nurturer, but here's the critical key. When you add that definite article el to make it al-Rabb, boom, it becomes entirely exclusive to Allah alone. Without el, the word can actually refer to regular humans. Like in Arabic, you could say Rabb ad-Dar, which just means the master or owner of a physical house. Pretty fascinating, right? But when we zoom into the Islamic theological definition of al-Rabb, it expands into 3 absolute unshakable domains: the sole creator, the absolute owner, and the disposer of all affairs. This means Allah's lordship covers literally everything. It's the physical management of the universe, causing the planets to orbit, making the rainfall, but it's also the moral legislation for mankind, the Sharia. So to truly acknowledge a Rabb means submitting to both His physical command over creation and His moral law over our own lives. That is your role.
Section 3. Foundations of Divine Lordship.
As beautifully outlined by Dr. Makashi, this concept rests on 2 massive pillars. Step 1 is absolute creation and lordship. That means absolutely everything in existence, without a single exception, is created by Allah. Step 2 is universal perfection and wisdom. And this is so profound. It means Allah doesn't just create randomly or haphazardly. No way. Everything He creates and every single decree He makes is executed with perfect, divine wisdom, immense justice, and absolute mercy. Unfortunately, if we look at history, certain sects really deviated because they failed to grasp these 2 exact pillars. The Qadariyah, for example, compromised that first pillar. They denied complete creation by claiming humans somehow create their own actions entirely independently of God's will. On the flip side, you have the Iblisiyyah, basically satanic ideology, which compromised the second pillar. They acknowledged God's decree, sure, but they argued it lacked perfect wisdom. Actually, scratch that. It's very much exactly like Iblis himself questioning the divine command to bow to Adam. True, grounded belief means you absolutely must accept both absolute creation and perfect wisdom.
Section 4. General versus special lordship.
So the crucial point is mapped out perfectly here. General lordship sustains physical life for everyone, but special lordship nourishes the soul of the believer. Think about it. General lordship applies to, well, absolutely everyone. Out of His ultimate justice, Allah provides life, intellect, and daily sustenance to all, believers, non-believers, even the animals. But special lordship, that is a very unique privilege. It's reserved exclusively for believers out of His immense wisdom and mercy. It's about granting guidance, preserving our faith, giving us that spiritual protection, and providing divine support. It's exactly what nourishes the soul.
Section 5. Logical Proofs of One Lord. Now, Islamic theology is deeply, deeply logical. There is a powerful, rational deduction, taken straight from the Quran, that highlights the sheer impossibility of multiple gods. Let's walk through it. Step 1. If there were multiple gods, each one would naturally want to divide up and take control of their own specific creations, right? Step 2. Inevitably, these gods would fight for absolute dominance. One might want the sun to rise, while another wants it to set. Step 3. Because our universe doesn't tear itself apart and operates in such flawless harmony, logic dictates that only one will can possibly prevail. Multiple deities would literally cause immediate cosmic chaos and destroy the universe.
Which brings us to this brilliant point summarized from the great scholar Ibn Taymiyyah. I absolutely love this perspective. He explains that the perfect harmony and flawless orbit of the universe absolutely proves it is governed by a single administrator. If the world had two equal administrators, they would either completely paralyze each other or destroy the world. It's that simple. This incredible, unbroken, harmonious universe we get to observe every single day, it is the ultimate rational proof of the existence of only one supreme divine will.
Section 6. The ultimate goal, worship.
Recognizing Tawhid al-Rububiyyah, acknowledging that God is the creator and sustainer, is an absolutely required pillar of faith. But, and this is absolutely crucial, it is merely the gateway. It's not the final destination. Simply recognizing God as the creator is just an innate human trait. We're practically hardwired for it. The ultimate goal, the climax of everything we've learned today, is Tawhid al-Uluhiyyah. That means dedicating your exclusive worship, your complete devotion, solely to that creator.
Let's move to this slide and see how this builds. It's a profound realization that recognizing the Lord is completely insufficient if it doesn't lead to exclusive devotion. Think about this theological reality. Even the polytheists of Mecca, right there during the time of the Prophet, acknowledged Allah as the sole creator and sustainer. They fully knew He was the one who sent down the rain and managed the heavens. But here is the terrifying part. That belief alone did not save them. Why? Because they still directed their actual acts of worship and their supplications to idols.
So, what does this all mean for us? It leaves us with a provocative question we have to ask ourselves. Does recognizing the Creator mean you are truly worshiping Him? Acknowledging His Lordship is only step 1. True success, your ultimate role, lies in taking that realization and transforming it into a life of dedicated, exclusive worship and obedience. I hope this explainer brought you clarity and deepened your understanding of these vital concepts. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Jazakumullahu khairan.